like NATO. You have these guys studying NATO. They're geniuses. They're great. They study NATO. You ever hear the expression? They can't see the forest for the trees. Right? They can't see because they're so close to. I'm not saying they're bad people, but they're so close. So when they ask me, I say, wait a minute. There's no terrorism. They don't pay. It's obsolete. NATO's going to be good. I mean, NATO's going to be fine. And these countries are going to pay. Have to be prepared to war. And by the way, if they don't pay, bye-bye. But Japan, we're paying massive amounts of subsidy to defend Japan. Now you have the maniac over in North Korea. And who the hell knows what's going to happen there? We're going to be over here. We'll be in Toledo having another little fest because Ohio is going to see so much of me, you're going to beg me not to come back. You're going to say, Trump, I promise you, Trump, I'll vote for you. I promise. Just please don't come back anymore. We've seen enough, okay? Okay. I will be back. But we'll be in Toledo. Japan will get maybe into a fight terrible with North Korea. Maybe they get into a fight. We're here. Okay, so we're now supposed to go to the other side of the world and fight. And we're subsidizing it. Now here's the story. I'd rather do it this way because I don't want them to really rearm. Sometimes you have to say, better be prepared. Because we can't afford this. This isn't 40 years ago, 30 years ago. We're in a different world. We're going to make our country really strong again. But right now, we're vulnerable. Right now, we're foolish because we've had stupid people leading us. So here's the story. Here's the story. In our contract or treaty with Japan, if Japan gets attacked, we have to go and fight. That's probably World War III, right? We have to defend Japan. If we get attacked, Japan doesn't have to do anything. Who makes these things? Who makes these? Oh, seriously. So, if Japan gets attacked, we have to go and fight and we're going to save you. But if we get attacked, they don't have to do anything. This is everything. Okay. So honestly, who knew that we were subsidizing Japan and Germany? Did anybody know that? Let's say 5 years ago. Raise your hand if you know. All right, that's a very small. That's like 5% of the audience. I don't feel ashamed. Don't feel ashamed. Who the hell knew this? Germany. It's a behemoth, an economic behemoth with the Mercedes and all the things they do. They're unbelievable. And we're subsidizing Germany. Why? Now, I like to do something with Germany. I want to help them. I really would prefer they don't arm, but at some point, maybe we have to say, hey, good. Now, how about this? Saudi Arabia. They have nothing but money. We subsidize Saudi Arabia. We pay for military bases. How about this? We pay rent. We pay rent. We pay rent to defend them. And they have nothing to think about. How stupid are we? Saudi Arabia has nothing but money. And you know what? Without us, in particular, without us, Saudi Arabia would be there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, maybe a month. No, they'd be there for a couple of weeks. First of all, Iran is fighting us in Yemen. And Yemen has one thing that everybody loves. That's a long border with Saudi Arabia, right? When we made the deal with Iran, why did we say, hey, you're fighting us in Yemen, you got to end it. You know what Kerry's answer was? It was too complicated to say that. So we're fighting with Iran in Yemen. Nobody knows what the hell's happening. But they don't want Yemen. They want the border with Saudi Arabia because they want to take over Saudi Arabia. So as long as we're there, not going to happen. But here's what happens, okay? Here's what happens. We tell them you have to pay them. They have nothing but money. Don't worry about it. I mean, this is a really, really rich, even with oil prices down. They were making, with the higher prices, $1 billion a day. And we're defending them and subsidizing. I mean, how stupid are they? Honestly, they wouldn't be there for a week. They wouldn't be there for a month. So here's what happens. We go and we say, sorry, folks, you got to help us out. We got problems. We got problems. You got to help us out. And they'll say no. And I'll say, Bye-bye. And we'll get on Air Force One, which, by the way, when it landed in Saudi Arabia, the top officials didn't even greet the president. And when it landed in Cuba, the Castros and the top officials didn't even greet him at the plane. And that's the first time in the history of Air Force One where that happened. Think of it. If I would have landed in Cuba, or if I would have landed in Saudi Arabia, and the top person isn't there to pay the respect that our country deserves by being there waiting for us, I would say, pilot, head back, go on. These stories are impossible. I'll give you another one, just a quick one. Should I do one more before I get that out? I'll be back in 2 weeks. I'll give you one more. So with the Olympics. So we wanted the Olympics desperately, right? Because this is amateur hour. So we wanted the Olympics. So we put in the bid, and I guess there are 4 countries, 5 countries bidding for the Olympics a number of years ago. Obama was in his first term. And we really want it, and everybody's pushing. And Obama gets on his plane and flies to Europe to meet the Olympic Committee. And I say, being a professional, oh, that means we got the Olympics. Okay. Actually, now I'm glad we don't have the Olympics. You want to know the truth, but that's another story. That's all we need now on top of everything else is an Olympics that costs 10 times more than what's left. How about the overruns, huh? But if I was president, we wouldn't have any overruns, I guarantee you. But listen. So Obama, he gets on his plane, he flies to Europe to meet the Olympic Committee. So being a professional, I say, means you got it. Because what president would get on his big, beautiful, old, spewing engines, you know, carbon footprint. He flies to Hawaii to play golf, and he lands and he talks about the carbon footprint as being destroyed. Obama, he's our president. And boy, does he play a lot of golf. He plays more golf than PGA Tour players. So, he gets on his plane, he flies to Europe. I say, man, that's pretty cool, because I figured they gave him a wink, meaning he called. He said, listen, just so you understand, I'm the president of the United States. Here's what I do. I'm the president of the United States. I'm representing great people. And I don't mind if you give it to somebody else, but if you are, let me know over the phone, just a little wink, tell me, and I won't come there and make a fool out of our country. And if we're gonna get it, I'll be there 2 days early, okay? But just let me know. So I assumed he did that. So he goes over there, he's sitting there with these lightweights in other countries. And we come in 4th. We come in 4th out of 4. I said, what the hell happened? What happened? It's amateur hour, folks. It's amateur hour. It's amateur hour. So, we don't win anymore, but we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to build up our military. We're going to take care of our vets. Who's a vet? Second Amendment. We're going to get rid of Obamacare. We're going to bring jobs back to our country. We're going to start making things again. We're going to bring our jobs back to Toledo, Ohio. We're not going to let countries steal our companies and get rid of our jobs anymore. And if they do, there will be consequences. consequences, and nobody's going to leave. There will be consequences. And here's the line. Here's the line. And I do this and we have fun with it. And people like it. But I'm going to have this little group of people representing me. And they're going to call up and they're going to say, Mr. President, we're representing the people of Toledo, Ohio. And we'd like to see you, sir. I said, absolutely. Come on over to the White House. They come over to the White House. They say, Mr. President, we can't take it anymore. We're winning too much. We're not used to winning as a country. Toledo isn't used to winning. Ohio isn't used to winning.